Hello, my fellow Ekkoners. Today I will be reviewing one of my own games that I played yesterday, and I just thought like this game was really good to review because it shows one really big thing that a lot of people struggle with that I've coached recently, and that is closing out games. As you can see here, we're playing against Kale, we're playing against Akali, Karma, like all very well scaling champions. So in those kind of games, you need to make sure to be able to end them before they go on for too long. And then also, I mean, I basically ended this game on my own. Like, I don't want to put my teammates down, but it was really me that pulled all the important triggers. Like, yeah, my bot lane, my mid lane, they were doing fine, but if I hadn't performed the way I did in this game, definitely would have struggled way more, especially this Kale. She was kind of a problem. It doesn't really show in these stats anymore, but she was kind of a problem at some point because the Yorick just let her free scale. But yeah, we'll get into that. So if you want to learn something, be sure to watch this video to the end because this is really, I would say this is generally the biggest skill that people below the rank of master lack. You know, it's like knowing how to end games and knowing how to have impact to just actually get that victory, you know, after building elite. So yeah, let's get into the game. Alright, we're in game now. This was also not a low elo game. I've been mostly smurfing recently, but this was actually like a high diamond. I think there was one master player lobby, so yeah, it was not even like I'm smurfing here, not really. Okay, you can see also, let me turn on the scoreboard. You can see red smite. Let me also talk about the setup really quick, I guess, yeah. So here I'm going Hail of Blades. The first reason for that is just that I really wanted to play Hail of Blades. But also I think in this game it's actually quite good, you know. There's a bunch of targets that when I'm onto them, I want to proc a bunch of auto attacks quickly, so... and I don't mind, you know, staying on them. You know, it's not like there are a lot of fighters. Mostly Akali, you know. And then if I go for this setup with the Hail of Blades, you know, Hail of Blades means you will go Nashors, you know. You never go Lich Bane if you go Hail of Blades. So then I also like taking the Relentless Hunter because, in my opinion, you just need some amount of movement speed in your kit. And since I go Red Smite every game now, because it just is the best smite, I won't have the Blue Smite movement speed, you know? So, yeah. And then also secondary I went for Absolute Focus and Water Walking. Water Walking mostly because I saw Ekko the Nico do it, but, yeah, I don't know. I feel like Gathering Storm is just still a little bit of a bait rune. Especially in these kind of games, you know, I don't even want this game to go that long, so why would I take a rune that plays into that, you know? So yeah, just standard clearing here. The other setup I run, by the way, is just Dark Harvest, and then when I go for Dark Harvest, I usually like taking Treasure Hunter, and secondary I like taking Inspiration, just with the Futures Market and Boots. So yeah, here, of course, in these situations I always say, when you're here you look bot, but you can see these guys are basically under tower, it's Ezreal Karma, so genuinely ungankable here, if they're playing like that. Let's just speed this up a little bit. And you can see here, what you don't want to do generally is clear this and then look for a bot gank, which was kind of what I thought I might have to do here because of the way this played out, but you can see they let me... They let me clear the Grump as well. But now I'm not doing the blue. And this is completely fine. You can let the blue stand. Sure, you like taking the blue for level 4, but if you can't, then it's completely fine. It's always better if you have a good opportunity. And you can see the way this is playing out, especially with the Rakan. I think I pinged on the Karma here. Because, like, Karma is very, yeah, I targeted Karma. So it's a very free kill, basically, at this point. When they're this walked up, and yeah, I mean this gank was honestly way too free for this elo, I have to say. They basically just did not expect me. Although at this point this gank was not even that great, you know. It was a 1-for-1 in a gank, so yeah. This Q was, I would say, possibly a little bit of a mistake, but as soon as you throw that Q, you also need to make sure to actually push the wave, you know. You can't just throw that Q and then not help the Samira. So yeah, now I just go back here to the jungle. And then you can see what happens here in a second. And this is not even low elo, you know? So, I mean, this is not low elo at all. I don't want to be arrogant here. So, you can see, for some reason, they think there's no possibility of me being around here anymore. And they just hardcore overextend and, yeah, they just die for it. Very bizarre gameplay, honestly, for this elo, but you can see it even happens in high diamond and whatever, so trust me, guys, it does happen in your Emerald games or whatever as well. Like, probably 3 times as often. Yeah, now just push out the wave. Now I'm in a really, really good spot here, of course. Great base. Dark Seal, Blasting Wand, extra Emptom. Nunu didn't even invade me. Yeah. Definitely in a good spot here myself, but my team, well, they're doing fine at this point, of course, but we're not like winning all over the map. And you can see also here in the timeline, there's definitely a bit of a gap in my impact. And I mean, I honestly, I have not watched this game again, so maybe there's opportunities that I missed, so I'll definitely look out for that, but in-game I definitely felt like it was just very difficult to gank, especially this bot lane. You can see, they always have this warded, and it's Ezreal Karma, you know? They will basically just always run away, at least if they're this healthy, you know? If they were low enough, then I would probably gank, even if it's warded, but since they're really just not low ever, I think it's way more consistent to just farm. So yeah, let's see. Should I have ganked here? Now I'm level 6, and like, what do you do in this situation? Everyone's just full HP. Yeah, I think there's really nothing I can do. What did I actually do here? I don't even remember. Okay, I tried to go for this gank path. By the way, this gank path, very good. Like, very good, if this is not pink warded, of course. Especially on the first clear. Especially on the first clear, if you just E over this wall, and especially if you see someone walking in here toward this, you know? They will feel confident that they're not being ganked because this is warded. So if you just E over the wall here, you ping for your team, wait for E, you know? Like, you ping your E, and then you just walk in from behind. Here, of course, it didn't work because, well, it's warded, but in a lot of situations, like, they didn't even really react here. Maybe I could have ganked, honestly. Wait. They really did not react at all. Did they even notice? Yeah, Kale noticed, but like they just did not react. I could have walked in here. Yeah, okay, so that was definitely a missed opportunity. Hey, like this is something you need to understand as well. Like, I of course thought because I got spotted here that they would react or something, so I just autopiloted and like dropped it already. But the way they reacted to it, I could have still just walked behind them, and they probably would have died. So yeah, actually mistake here. Yeah, now I mean, it was actually kind of good. I got the Akali ult. Then here, since my Q hit, I went for it, but yeah, my Quinn wasn't really aware that I would go for this. By the way, I was duo with the Quinn here as well. And let me give you another piece of advice here. Generally, if you're duoing, don't gank your duo just because you're duo, you know? That's a mistake I did. Like, I've been doing with him for a bunch of games, also in lower elo. And there's been a bunch of times where I just tried ganking him, you know, just because we're duo. But those were usually the games where I struggled the most, you know? So if you're duo with someone, don't gank them just because you feel obligated to do so, you know? Gank when there's good opportunities. Like, it's really such a big bet. And now here I'm looking to go top, but yeah, look at this fucking dog. Like, no, but this guy, you know, he's pinging for help, and then look what he does. He's not holding the wave. So if there's any top laner watching this, if you ping for help and then you're not holding the wave, let's see what happens here. Oh wow, the kill just leaves. Crazy. So what he had to do here is just like hold the wave, you know? I was so close, he could have just held the wave, tanked her for a second, and then she would have had to stay here, you know? When instead he just let the wave go under tower, and well, I mean, we had no info that she was recalling here. If we had, then maybe I could have done something, but she could have well just walked back here, and yeah, I would have just wasted my time. So yeah, this definitely triggered me a little bit in-game, because yeah, I don't know, this guy just was so clueless. You can tell also. I remember in Champ Select he said that he's fine before level 11 against the Kale, but he literally lost the lane from level 1, so I don't know. Kind of weird, but whatever. Here I recalled, you know. Yeah, I could have walked here to clear this, but you should always look at your gold and think like, can I buy anything extra if I clear this, you know? And then if you have a bunch of gold like I did here, and you haven't spent that much yet, I mean, I had spent a bunch, but I also had a good amount of gold to spend here, so I think recalling here is a pretty good decision, you know? And these kind of recalls are also really important to have good tempo in the game. Like, they really are. That's like a big thing I notice also when I coach people, is that they don't take the important recalls, you know? These kind of recalls will make sure that whenever you are on the map, you actually can have the impact that you should be allowed to have, you know? Because if you stay on the map for too long with a lot of gold, you're just not going to be able to have impact. And here, of course, you can see the whole time this is warded. And against a lane like this, it's just ungankable. So don't even try it, you know? A big mistake a lot of lower elo players will also make is just like trying to force these ganks, you know? Trying to force ganks here just because they're kind of overextended. But in reality, they're not actually overextended, you know? Because of the lane that they're playing, they are actually allowed to do this if they have vision. Yeah, and then here, of course, I was duo with my Quinn, so we were like saying, let's try to do something to the Akali, but, well, I didn't get her stunned, so nothing really happened. So just go back to farming, get the crab. And then here, she just W'd, you can see, but yeah, she doesn't have W anymore, so that's a good timing to gank, you know? Always where Akali is very difficult to gank when she does have W, but if you see her using this, and especially if she traded a little bit like here, then it's definitely a good opportunity. And then another thing, I'm always saying this, guys, run in from behind. There's no reason for you to be running in from here. Why would you do that when you can literally just walk back here? Yeah, and then she even flashes. Like, people disrespect this, even in this elo. People disrespect the fact, like, I didn't even have to E here. But I would have gotten E up in a few seconds anyway, so the fact that this Akali flashes here is just like pure delusion, honestly. Yeah, like she wastes her 5-minute cooldown for the fact that I would have caught her no matter what, 100%. And then here I was kind of looking top, but of course the Kayle is not stupid. She saw that I killed the Akali here a second ago, so she backs up. And then here I guess, yeah, I have my rocket belt in base, so just recall here. Never go back to farming or anything. This is a really good timing to just get the rocket belt, and you always need to tech that. It allows you so much more. This is so important, guys. Like, I don't need to pause, but like, this is so important, especially the rocket belt, but even other bases. Like, you really need to take them, and then just go back to farming with more items, you know. And now, if something happens, let's say top, I can actually go there and do more because I have the rocket belt. You know, this is such an important principle. Especially as a jungler. And here Akali was kinda half invading me. And now just like clear, you know, there's no pressure to force anything. Enemies, like at this point the game was actually a little bit scary, let's say, because of course, as I said, they have Kayle and whatever. So the fact that they're up in gold a little bit here is for sure not optimal for us, but you just need to wait for your opportunities. Yeah, so the fact that I'm 3-0 here and I don't have a shutdown is of course... It's usually telling in these games, you know? You definitely need to be aware of that, but you just need to wait for the right opportunities. And there's actually one coming up right here. And here, I'm definitely proud of this play. You know? Okay. This is one of those things where I bet 99% of the people watching here don't understand that what the Akali doing here is a mistake, but I actually saw it in game, and I punished it, you know? So... like, if you manage to make these kind of plays and, like, punish these plays, you're gonna climb, you know? And it's like, the League of Legends is about understanding when you can punish mistakes. Or, like, no, it's about seeing mistakes and then being able to execute and in punishing these mistakes. And, like, seeing this as a mistake, I bet, like, most people wouldn't. Well, what the fuck, where did the Nunu come from? But I saw this, like, right when I saw them walking, like, running after me and my ult being there, and the Akali being half HP, I knew I could go for this kind of ult, you know? So that's why I deliberately threw my Q at her and not the Nunu or anything. So I eat above the Nunu and, like, yeah. I'm definitely proud of this one. It was a really nice kill. So, like, it was a more advanced kill, I would say, but you're gonna see in this game, there's gonna be, in the later stages of the game, there's gonna be so many opportunities in the late game where they're just so free. And trust me, if you're an Emerald or whatever, these kind of opportunities will come even more. Like, this is high diamond, and people made some very obvious mistakes in my opinion. But in Emerald, they're even more obvious. You really, like, just need to punish them. And that's kind of the main thing of this video, right? Like, how to punish mistakes, and you can see how many more kills I got in the late game, because people just disrespect, you know? Yeah, we get the Drake here, recall, how much gold do I have? Nice, get the boots, get another amp tome. And I'm still really not sure why people don't like buying these boots. I've seen it so many times. Like, Ekko the Nico, he literally buys multiple full items without buying boots. I think it's a mistake, honestly. To me, the swords feel like such a good power spike most of the time that I really don't know why he passes up on it. Here, I'm just like going over, making sure she doesn't push for free, but don't overcommit on these plays, you know? Like, you won't kill her here. Kali's such a disgustingly tanky champ. It's just not worth. And then here there's actually like 4 people mid. Ah yeah, the Nunu... Yeah, he's BMing. Well, instant karma, he's gonna die for it. What a nerd. Yeah, don't let people do this kind of stuff as well, you know? Like, don't give this up just because there's people around here. Look at your minimap, see if someone is moving. Also see, of course, the fact that I'm really strong here. So don't ever be scared. Also, I'm 2 levels up on this guy. I don't know why he thinks he can do this. Just being delusional. Nice, bro. You got the raptors. Yeah, he dies for it. Of course, super worth for us. And then, you know, just go back to clearing. And then here we finally actually get the kill. You can see the kill actually has a shotgun at this point. And completely illegal as well. She built Wits End first into Yorick when I'm solo AP here, so yeah, that definitely had me worried as well, but you can see here, the Yorick finally did something good. He locked her into, yeah, into his W, so I could hit my W, and then we just kill her. She also didn't even have ult anymore. Yeah, at this point I'm just omega strong, of course. Oh, I actually had less gold than the Samira. It's crazy. Yeah, got a big shutdown here. Another good principle, guys. You can see. Of course, I wasn't even like they actually saw me theoretically, but I guess I didn't react. Good principle, like don't. A lot of people, I can guarantee you, a lot of people would EQ on this guy here. You know? Okay, I think my teammate even called here that it's like he just used his E. But in situations where I wouldn't be sure if he did, you need to just do what I did here, you know? Walk up to him, auto attack him, and then like make sure you only E after you can proc passive. Because then you will have the movement speed to follow, you know? But there's no reason for me to EQ on him here when I'm able to get in range like this, you know? Or like, in general I was just waiting for him to E or flash or something, you know? So always hold your E in these situations, it's super important. And then I guess since the Karma W hit you, I was not going to be able to follow up. And also I think I also stopped following because I wasn't sure if Nunu was maybe gonna roll into me here. And yeah, at this point definitely I'm in a position to carry, but you can see it's not like we have a lead here. So basically everything is on me, and Samira's also doing quite well here. You know. Yeah, I did gank them twice, and she got a lot of it, a lot from that as well. Well, it was not like a pure 1v9 performance, but I definitely made the important plays, I would say, in the later stages of the game. Yeah, and then here, my team just decides they need to fight the Herald after minute 14, when we're not in a good position to do so, so... This is the kind of mistakes you just need to avoid, you know? If I went here, and it's very likely that I would have also died here, or like I could have died here at least, so... I think making the play to just farm here and ignore the mistake is something you guys should also learn from, you know? Because these kind of stuff, it will happen a lot in your games where people make stupid decisions like fighting a Herald here when you're not in a good position and just like ignore them, you know? Yeah, they died here, so what? We still won the game in the end, you know, because I didn't get my shutdown. So, yeah, definitely bad by my team. It's such an unimportant objective, but yeah. Here I tried to do something, but of course I can't overcommit into that. I got the Akali flash, I guess. Yeah, and then here my duo was kinda saying, let's go for this, but you can see I'm very, like, I'm really not going in, because I know if I give my shutdown here, game's probably over. You know, so I'm just throwing out Qs, seeing if someone's trolling. But like, really, I'm not going for anything stupid here. Yeah, I guess I'm just looking. Yeah, the Karma almost died. Actually thought I got her here. But don't be stupid in this. Don't go for a hero play. You know, why would we go into a 2v4 and risk losing the game? Here's where you really need to turn off your monkey brain. And make sure to not die. Yeah. Also, I have a ton of gold to spend here as well. And I mean, we actually kind of set them up for our team here as well, so it was okay. But I just had to make sure not to overcommit myself. Then this Kale, man, she was a problem. Yeah, wow. I didn't even realize she was this ahead, actually. That's crazy. You can see I'm still hunting her, actually. Yeah, she had vision here. I really wanted that shutdown. Wow, I can't believe I was this aggressive, actually, when she was this ahead. And then this guy, this in-game, this definitely, okay, she had 3,000 unspent gold. So actually, this was like the most important time to go for this kill, by the way, guys. I didn't even realize how important it was in-game, but if she has this 3,000 gold spent, I can't kill her anymore, you know? So I need to pick, this was like the most important timing in this game, probably, for us to win the game. No joke. Like in hindsight. Getting the kill here on her, getting the shutdown, super important. And this guy was very good at holding his ult, I have to say. But so was I, to be honest. So we both ulted at the latest possible second, and then I did get her in the end, because I, of course, was able to heal to full HP. So yeah. This Kale, of course, super fat still at this point. Still 1k gold ahead on me. And she has the Wit's End, which is just really gonna make it difficult to deal with her. Or could have made it difficult, let's say. And this is also another smaller thing, but guys, I've seen this so many times, where people at this point, when they're in my position, they would just stop farming for no reason, you know? Why would I stop farming when it literally takes me 2 seconds to clear camps, you know? Like, I'm already walking to the next camp, so this doesn't even count as clearing the camp anymore. So why would I stop when I can generate kills, basically? You know, this kill doing here is like 2/3 of a kill, and it takes me like, what? Together it takes me like 5 seconds, because I'm already walking towards the next camp. It's like, so many people do this, make this mistake of just stopping to clear, because they see like place on the map, but guys, the place will still be there after you clear. Like these few seconds, they almost never make the difference, you know? So just keep clearing, it's so important. And then here, I mean, they're just kind of overextended, so I just walk at them. Yeah, I kind of fucked up my rocket build here, so that's why they escape. Or at least Karma did. I don't even know what happened there. And also make sure to invade. Like, look, again, it takes 1 second. Even if someone was here, it's not like they could punish me for it. And then the Kale also overextended here. Like, they really had no awareness that we're in their jungle, apparently. Also wasting their flash. People love wasting their flash. Like, people don't know how to play against Ekko. E cooldown is 5 seconds. Like, she really thinks she's gonna get away? That's wild. Yeah, I don't know. Even if she was able to walk under tower, I would still get her, of course. But yeah. This is why... I mean, in this situation, I didn't even hold my E, but people will often do this as well, where they just flash away. And you know, this is where it starts, where we're able, or where we are starting to push the game closer to victory, you know? Making these kind of plays. Seeing them walk up here and punishing this, you know? Yeah, you might think you can't punish this because it's like Karma Ezreal or whatever, but I'm in such a good position here, of course we can punish this. Yeah, I actually, like in hindsight, I should have walked more towards the Karma, and like I eat too early here. So this is a perfect example of why you should just walk up. You know, I would have been able to just walk behind her here, but I said I eat here, and that's why I missed out on the Karma kill. I could have literally just queued and walked up closer to her, and then followed with E, you know, when she flashed. And we probably would have gotten her as well. I mean, we did get her afterwards, so it's fine. But yeah, this is a perfect showcase. And then you can see, like, this guy, for some reason, he thinks he can overextend like this when we're all here and they have full info, but that's just high diamond for you, I guess. Yeah. This Kayla, if she was better, I think we probably would have lost this game, but she really made a lot of big mistakes like this. And then we punished it and we got all of it for it. You know, we got the Drake and whatever. Got the whole bot set as well. Really good, you know. Nunu is completely out of the game at this point. I'm 3 levels up. Yeah, and this guy as well, I don't know, like, these people, you will notice this so many times where people, they think they need to go for these hero plays, you know, when things are going bad. You will notice this both in your team and in the enemy team. It's just if the enemies are doing it, you need to make sure to punish it. Like, really. And another thing here. And so yeah, I have a Amtom instead of Needlessly Large Rod. I went for Void Staff third here, you know. Mostly because of the Wit's End, but also because of this, you know, because of the Nunu. And I think if you have Magi's especially, going for Void Staff third feels really good. Especially if it's fully stacked, of course. Because then you have quite a lot of AP already, and the Magic Pen really makes a big difference. So yeah. Here also, just looking like, this stuff will happen all the time on side lane. Just go there, you know? Just go there, especially if you have this much movement speed. Now this guy wastes a little bit of my time, but, well, he's gonna die in the end. So... you might think it's not that impactful. Here comes actually a really good play as well, where you can just see people don't respect Ekko. You can see like the whole team is moving, but just stay calm here. Like really, just stay calm. I bet some of you would have kept running here, but look what this Karma does. You know, I know that I can just one-shot Karma. So if she gives me an opportunity, I will do it, and you can see I do it in a second here. See, if she walks up to me like an idiot, I just one-shot her. Then here also, I just kept track of my ult. Hit a nice ult. Kayle didn't manage to ult herself. And that's Nash for us, you know? Those are the impact plays you need to make. Just punish these smaller mistakes. I bet, like, this, what the Karma did here is the most common mistake bot laners do in games against fat Echoes. No joke, like, this happens so much where people think they're allowed to walk up to you. Like, what is this guy doing? You need, like, this is what you need to do, and you don't need to be this fat, you know? You don't need to be 11-0 fat to do this. Like, you can do this, especially to ADCs. You can do this so easily when you're even, like, half as fat as I am here, basically. So, like, let's say 3,000 gold less, probably. Nah, 3,000 not, but, like, 2,000 gold less, you could still one-shot. So, like, just go for these plays. And you will find, and I didn't even use everything here, right? I still had my smite, and I could have for sure auto-attacked once or twice more as well, without dying. So, like, really go for these plays. And, like, a lot of people don't even try going for these plays, and that's why they never find out that they can actually do this. But you can go for these plays. Yeah, and then here also, of course, at this point it's kind of a no-brainer to go for this ult when my whole team is around anyways. But yeah, we just get the Kayle and then we get Nash for it. And those are the impact plays, you know, you need to make to actually win games. Don't get scared. We're actually 10 kills up and only 1,000 gold ahead. That's so crazy. I guess because of the outer turret here and this one. Yeah, and then I was getting a little bit triggered because the Rakan didn't tank and I'm actually at a risk of dying here, but yeah, that's bot laners for you, I guess. People don't realize how much damage you take nowadays as a jungler. And then thankfully I was able to outsmite the Nunu. It was for sure super scary, like it did not have to be this scary. Also the fact, of course, you can see I have this debuff the whole time, even though I'm our main DPS. Very bad, you know. If the Rakan had just tanked, first of all, I wouldn't have been as low, but also I would have dealt twice as much damage. So yeah, it would not have even been this close. Definitely a mistake by me to not proc my W. You know, thankfully I actually managed to secure the Nash here. And then I think, yeah, here I was pretty close to white stuff, so I decided to just clear for it, you know, before going base. I think I just full clear, get my white stuff, and it's a big power spike. Yeah, also push a wave, and now I have it. So, like, if you have this kind of stuff, I'm the person that's setting the tone here, you know, in this game. Like, I am the fat one here, so people need to play with me. That's how it is, you know? And you guys, sometimes you might be in the position that I'm in, or like close to it, and then you think you still need to follow your team, but no, like just ping your items, ping your void stuff, whatever. And if your team is not brained, they will follow. They will play with you. You know, they will let you farm, and then just like reset with you together or whatever. Like yeah, people in lower elos they might be branded or whatever, but you know, like just ping your power specs, ping your Rabadons, ping your void stuff, and generally people will know that they can play around that then, you know, and that they won't go for that stupid plays most of the time. And then here you can see every time just go into these jungles, see if you can get a flank on someone. I don't even know what happens here. Do we get her? Probably not. Yeah, I think she saw me here, so she just runs, but just put on pressure by being on the sides here, you know? Put on pressure. Never be on the lanes. The more fed you are, the more true this is. And then here you can see also, just always place these Ws. Like, this is, by the way, like, now is where you really should start listening if you want to learn how to close out games. Because this is really the general thing you always need to do, you know? If you have Nash, don't be the one, like, your team can be here and like pushing whatever, buffing up the minions. You need to be on the side. You need to be on the side, placing Ws, seeing if people walk into them. Like, of course, in this situation, they have vision, so it's not gonna happen, but sometimes people might not have vision, or it might expire, so you just be on the sides, throw Ws, always join the fights from the side, you know? And then, as soon as the wave arrives here, you can see. I'm just gonna walk up here. Also, here, looking if someone's maybe in there. You can see, now the wave's arriving, I'm placing a W, basically making it impossible for them to ever walk up. Especially with how fed I am, you know? If they decide to stay here, I will just proc my W and engage on them. So yeah, just getting the towers very slow. No need to force anything. And then the Kayle. I made sure to really combo her quickly here as well, because I know if she's knocked up by the Rakan, of course she can't ult. So that's definitely another thing to play around, of course, these kind of stuff. So really just full committing on her here. I think she actually could have ulted herself, she probably just didn't expect our burst. Yeah, the Karma pinging the Kayle. Was definitely, like, the Kayle really dropped the ball, I have to say. And then here, like, you know, just don't overcommit. Just play slow, wait for the waves, play with them. It was kind of bad here, honestly. I was getting a little bit triggered that nobody was pushing mid. I guess it was bad that the Yorick died, but I think one of our teammates here could have just went mid, pushed the wave. You always need more than one wave to push, guys, you know? It kind of depends on how good the wave clear is, but if you only have one wave, you're just not gonna be able to ever push, because people will be able to clear the waves. So yeah, someone should have pushed mid here, and then we would have had a much better time, but it was okay, I guess. Yeah, but this meant we kind of had to back off. And then also Nunu, for some reason he thought he could roll in here when we have full control over the jungle. You know, people just let their intrusive thoughts win. But we kind of set up for that as well, you know. We saw it here. I don't have W yet, but you can see I'm 4 levels up on this guy. I have white stuff, so yeah, he dies. You know. There's not much you can do. And then of course I'm very happy to just take the whole jungle here as well. At this point, definitely make sure to very much prioritize the enemy jungle. And then also again, these people are just hard overcommitting. I don't know why, like, they're just randomly taking a fight 4v5. Or I guess it's 4v... Well, it's not really 4v5 because we have someone top and mid, but still. Like, in our position, we're definitely very much favored here, and for some reason they think they can fight, but of course they can't. And this is the kind of stuff you need to punish, again, you know? You really punish the stuff. And especially if you have ult up, you know? If you have ult up, look for plays. Always look for plays. Yeah, so at this point we're just cleaning up one after the other. And then, also, big thing here, like, some people, I think, I was even thinking, let's do Drake here, but honestly, get this other stuff first. You're gonna get the Drake afterwards, you know? Another good principle. The further something is inside of the map, basically, the more priority it has in taking, you know? So taking the Inhib here has way more priority than taking the Drake, because we're gonna get the Drake afterwards if we want. I guess we don't even go for it here, because... Do we? Why does it not show? No, I guess we do. I don't know why it doesn't show on the timeline here, but... Yeah, so see, we just get the Drake afterwards. And yeah, again, here, I guess you can't see it in the replay, but I pinged for my Rabadons, because I know, you know, I can do basic math. I have 3,000 gold here. I see that there's 5 camps up. I know there's passive gold generation, so I know that I will get Rabadons with all of these camps. And it's a massive power spike, of course, you know? So really just play around these power spikes. I also even pinged for my Samurai here, you know, that she lets me get the red buff, because otherwise, you can see, I barely have enough for the Rabadons, and I don't have Futures Market here, so this is the kind of stuff you just need to communicate with your team, and it will influence their decision making. Like, how are they supposed? How is this Samira supposed to know she's not? She's not supposed to take the red buff when I don't ping it for her, you know? And yes, sometimes people might like actively try to ruin your game or whatever, and then they will still take it. But that's not the case most of the time. Let's be honest. Especially not if you're performing like I did you. Like, they were definitely grateful. The Rakan in the end, he even said, I kiss you on your lips, Ekko. That definitely was funny, but... Yeah, so, like, most people, they will be happy if you perform well in that team, so just communicate with them, and they will try to set you up. And then here also, of course, we can just take this tower even without minions. It's low enough. Yeah, we got another inhib, and then Nash spawning. It's honestly very basic, clean macro here. But we set ourselves up for it, you know? We have good timings with all of this, so there's just not much the enemies can do at this point. Even though they have Kayle close to level 16 here. We just get one lane after the other, and then it's basically autopilot from there. And then here, you can see I'm just putting up pressure. If you're in this position, you're 16-0, put up pressure. Like, you need to walk up to enemies and just force them away. You can see I'm literally forcing the whole team. Like, okay, I'm not forcing the whole team down there. They're collapsing on the heroic, but I'm just pushing the whole team back just by being here. And if they make mistakes, I will engage on them. It's simple as that. So you can basically force mistakes by that as well. You can see here, like, now they're making mistakes. They're gonna get punished for it. This Karma especially, she did not respect me the whole game. Now I'm of course a little bit low, but then you just need to play with your W mostly. And just don't overcommit, you know? The lower your HP, the more patient you need to become. But in the late game, your W cooldown is not even that long anymore. Yeah, you can see here also, my teammate, my duo was saying like, go in, but that's stupid as fuck, you know? I literally died to like 1 Q auto attack from the Ezreal here, and I probably won't even be able to ult, so... Again, I'm just playing with my W. I'm waiting for my W, and then I'm going in. Simple as that. Don't make anything stupid. Like, that's another thing I've noticed so many times, actually, where people in the late game, they just... Or like when ending games, they just don't use their W for whatever reason. But yeah, guys, I hope you could learn something from this game. Of course, I was super fat here, but as I said, I think... What I've noticed many times when I coach people is they get into positions where they could have stats like these in the late game, but they just don't pull the trigger in the right situations, you know? Like, you really just need to punish mistakes. You need to punish it when people walk up to you, and then you just need to make the general basic macro decisions of like pushing the waves and whatever, and don't forcing it, you know? Like, the waves will come in, just play with them. Don't do anything stupid. You can wait a wave. If the enemies manage to clear the wave or whatever, just wait for the next one to arrive. Play with your cooldowns. See if people make mistakes, because trust me, if you're an Emerald or whatever, especially, people will make mistakes. But even in this elo, you can see there were a ton of mistakes to punish, and yeah, you just need to look out for them, and that's how you're gonna climb, guys. Like, that's how you're gonna climb. You will need to find those mistakes, and then you're gonna have to pull the trigger to punish them. And I can guarantee you, you can get to at least Diamond even without having great mechanics very easily with that. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, if you learned something, be sure to leave a like, and be sure to watch the next one. Bye.